Hi everyone, this is this week's Sleep in the News, and this week I really kind of wanted to talk to you about a couple of authors that are really putting out great books on sleep, or have put out great books on sleep, and do a lot of YouTube videos on sleep, and just generally sleep experts that you guys may want to follow, so that way you can learn a little bit more on the topic of sleep. And the first one I want to talk to you about is Matthew Walker. That's Matthew Walker. He is a sleep science expert from University of Berkeley. He puts out wonderful YouTube videos. His book is super easy to follow. If you're ever looking at, if you ever just want some extra information on sleep and how you can fight nights of not being able to find sleep, or trying to tackle insomnia in different ways, he has a lot of great information in there. The other one that I want to introduce you to is an author, and both of these, as you can tell, both of these books have been notated like crazy and everything. So this one right here, this is The Sleep Revolution by Arianna Huffington of the Huffington Post. She wrote this book because what happened with her, she was burning the candle at both ends and doing speeches and traveling and working and everything. And she was working so many hours that she was sleeping maybe 2, maybe 3 hours a night, and thought she could exist that way. And eventually one night she collapsed, or one morning she collapsed, and fell really hard on a bathroom counter and scarred her forehead. And I just basically got scared about her lack of sleep, and it caught up with her. And that's when she actually turned her whole life around, and she's like this ambassador for sleep and finding proper rest and living healthy. If you look her up, she launched a new company. It's called Thrive Global. It's everything about sleep, everything about well living. It's really worthwhile to follow the blogs that they put out on there. A lot of great information. So those are the people that I personally follow the closest. There are other wonderful books on sleep that are out there, and I'll cover those in the future. But as far as like the two ones, like if you ever want some really great info, and I am talking really great info, and let me tell you, her style of writing, because she's a journalist, her style of writing is possibly the easiest one that I've read. Like, I poured through this book. I'm a big reader, so even if you're not a big reader, you may want to just pick this one up. And then the other one is Matthew Walker, who I would recommend him as far as reading the book. And if you're not a book reader, just look up Matthew Walker on YouTube, and you will find some great talks, where one of them is actually specifically for college students, because they try to cram for finals. And they think that staying up all night and cramming for finals is a good idea. Well, he did this one experiment where they crammed one group of people for studying, and then they crammed, or this other group got to study and sleep. And the whole findings from that study are actually quite interesting. But that's Matthew Walker. And I'll leave links to the books and also to a couple of the speeches that both of these people have made. And that's this week's Sleep in the News. Hope you get some good info out of it, and hope that you're sleeping well. And we'll talk to you next week. Remember, when you sleep well, you live well.